There are some things, some responsibilities, some objectives, some to-do items that are just flat out boring. They are the most administrative, analytical, black and white, up and down types of items to get done. And I hate that. For me, I loathe those types of responsibilities. But the truth is, if you're going to run a freelance business and a production company, you have inescapable responsibilities. There are people that are in the Word of God with inescapable responsibilities as well. I wonder how many parents there are, or how many managers, or how many home moms, or full-time dads, or dog walkers, or app developers are out there and know exactly what I'm talking about when I say inescapable responsibilities. Here we have Jonah, who was chosen by God. He's anointed by God, and he thought he could get away from the fact that God called him to do anything. And I think of that level of responsibility, that level of commitment is what Jonah's story is supposed to teach us. That when God is saying something to your heart or assigns something to your life, you can cross the globe or you can cross career paths trying to avoid it. But every role you fill, you'll find a way to fulfill that purpose. You'll find a way to administrate. If you're a leader, you can always find a way to share responsibilities or to delegate. If you're called to speak life or encourage people, you'll do that in any role, in any capacity. And so instead of trying to go the long way and get far from what God is calling you to do, let's skip that whole mouth of the whale part and get straight to Nineveh. Also, do you realize how much damage was done by Jonah's disobedience? Do you realize the storm that came because of his disobedience? The economy was affected. People's lives and schedules were thrown off. Shipping was affected. It was delayed because of his disobedience, his lack of urgency. It affected way more than just himself. And if Jonah had his way, a lot of people would have been destroyed instead of turning to the Lord. There are many responsibilities that we have, many that are more boring or less appealing than others. The creative stuff for me, that's fun. That's the fun part. The other duties get really boring really quick, no matter how essential. But the thing is, life can't only focus on what you want to do. We have to focus on what God has called us to do.